All right. JC, first I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk to me here at Celebration. I'm writing a paper in this English 1-2 class. It's a argumentative paper, and I was given permission to write about the controversy over the special editions. So I wanted to talk to you about it as a filmmaker, which, by the way, we're both big fans of use.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to plug something else. We're going to debut another short film with the James Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
If, I know this is public for you, but go! We've got 6 hours to get there.
Yeah, we might. We wanted to see the Rebels premiere, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. You don't want to go stand in.
Yeah, if you don't get in, go check that out. It's basically it's shorter than this. It's 3 minutes.
Oh, wow. But yeah, it was awesome stuff. We had a lot of fun watching. So as a filmmaker, what I wanted to know is I wanted your opinion as a filmmaker of the special edition of Star Wars.
Man. So I kind of see it from both sides. As a filmmaker, I think it's interesting how fans have taken possession of Star Wars as if it's theirs, when really it's George's. And as a filmmaker, I would use the Force, and every time I watch it, I think about things that I would go back and change, ways I could edit it tighter, if I could reshoot a scene, or if I could tweak this or tweak that or paint this out. I would love to do it, but I also know that there's diminishing returns. You know, I got that movie to a certain point at a certain amount of time. People enjoyed it. I lived with it then, and maybe I should live with it now. So I think that filmmakers, if they have the ability to go back and tweak their vision and let their films grow with them, you know, George is a different man now than he was back then. I think that they should have the right to do it. I think from a film history perspective, though, you shouldn't try to erase what was done previously. You know, I have the Star Wars despecialized editions. I don't know if I should be saying that, but those are the versions I watch. Those are the versions I watch because they're the ones that I connected with emotionally when I was a kid, and those are the ones that take me back to that time as a fan. So I mean, I guess I see it both ways, but speaking strictly as a filmmaker, it's your movie, it's your universe, they're your characters, and you should be able to do whatever you want with them whenever you want.
Okay, so I think you kind of already answered my second question, which is, if you were given the opportunity, would you go back and make changes to films that you've done, like use the Force? You said there's things that you would like to have done differently.
You know, I would do versions, and I think it's important to keep the history consistent. For example, with Use the Force, I keep mentioning it just because I'm super familiar with it and it's Star Wars, but I posted every version of the script I wrote online. So there's 9 versions of that script on the website, and the reason I did that is because I always thought it's interesting to look through the creative process. And if you read the first draft, which is 12 pages, versus the final draft, which is 19 pages, it's significantly different. And I think it's interesting to chart those changes as a reflection of what's going on in the world, as a reflection of the filmmaker, and that's in this level. Star Wars, if they put out, say, digital versions or a Blu-ray that didn't have bonus features, and it just said, here's the version that came out in '77, here's the version that here. I think that'd be pretty cool. It becomes almost like a historical archive, right, of how this movie grows with society and as the times change, and it could even be a point to be made that it needs to change to stay relevant. You know, I don't have any kids, but our kids who are born today going to look at the special effects from 1977, the way that you and I as kids look at a black and white movie, and we don't want to watch that. Right? It looks fake. You know what I mean? So to stay relevant, maybe you could argue that it needs to change, it needs to evolve. But I do think that historically you can't try to erase things that happen.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I like the special editions. There are a few changes I don't like, but most of them I do like. I think something like Blade Runner, there's 5 different versions of that film out there. When you go buy it, you buy it with all 5 versions.
Yes.
So the original theatrical is still
It's
maintained.
interesting. It's just interesting to see what they did. And when the special editions came out, I didn't love the changes, but I loved, you get to see new Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to see something that that maybe you played with, you enacted with action figures as a kid, or I don't know. I love all the changes. I really do. Even the ones I hate, like the new Jabba's door sequence in Return of the Jedi, which is so weird pacing-wise, but it's cool to see. It's cool to be like, somebody thought this might make the movie better. And I don't agree, but it's interesting just to put your eyes on it and have the ability to make an opinion on it.
Right. It's cool to see something.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with Star Wars, which, I mean, I've seen thousands of times. Like, you get to watch it, and 6 nuggets are new. Then I think that's cool.
All right. Well, hey, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Good luck.